Awesome, man. How's the day going?
Okay. Yeah, today's going well, honestly. Just really just trying to find a groove between the sourcing sites and GHL. That's
Mm-hmm.
really just been my biggest thing, just kind of building a good rotation going.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and that's going to be the biggest learning curve is the finding of people. GHL is really part of the sourcing. It's not a separate thing, right? The sourcing, you've got all these different buckets that you could find people in. Go high level is where our database is. Okay, so that's like I would normally start there a lot of times, right? And then you have LinkedIn, you've got Indeed, you've got ZipRecruiter, you've got Facebook, even how like anywhere and any place where you could pull a contact. You've got Signal Hire, which is really paired with LinkedIn, right? Um, you'll get better and better on that stuff, but you gotta really dedicate to mastering it. You can't just be like, all right, I got it after a week. If you think you got it after a week, you ain't got but a teeny bit after a week. Because even I'm still really learning how to source well. We say sourcing, that's the process of finding candidates, right? So what
Right.
I'm gonna do, we're gonna go really hard, really fast because my time is like super limited. So my training with you is gonna be like we're in a hardcore hit workout.
Oh,
Okay.
let's
So
do it.
when you're with me, it's boom, we're going. So tell me what have you done so far today?
So
What
far, well, yesterday I really spent a lot of time just really just going through GHL, logging into a lot of like ZipRecruiter, Indeed, and like
tell me
looking.
tell me about today. Tell me about today.
Today, I've been focusing on just sending text messages, following up with phone calls. Like my routine has been sending a template over, then calling in. I've gotten a few calls where I've had a chance to like talk to them, and maybe they're not looking for a job at the moment. But my rebuttal, like when they give me a rebuttal, my first instinct is just go ahead and be like, well, I want to send you an opportunity card. Let's just go ahead and put this opportunity in your face, and if anything was to change, maybe like we'll go ahead and we'll talk from there. But other than that, just kind of
So
building connections.
did Jasmine sit in on those and listen to those calls with you?
Yes, so she sat in on one call with me. The other one, there was a voicemail. He didn't answer, but she was there. She kind of just watched me as I sent over maybe the text messages. I sent over the emails, and she was there to just kind of like help me filter out those contacts through from the ZipRecruiter and Indeed, and how to plug them in and make sure that like I'm following up with them. She just
Okay.
gave me she gave me that confidence on like how I should be doing that.
Okay, great. So where we want to get you, okay, this is going to take, I don't know, if you're, a one percenter, it might take you a week and a half, 2 weeks to get to here. If you're, having to catch up a little bit on some certain skills, it might take you a month to really get to this. But where we want to get you is placing 2 to 4 candidates a month. What you're going to have to do to get there is normally you have to send anywhere from 6 to 12 qualified candidates to a client to get a placement. Okay, write that down. All right, 6 to 12 qualified. Anytime you get on with me, Max, and Jasmine, you have a notebook ready with a pen ready. Okay. All right.
Six,
6 to 12 qualified candidates sent to a client in order to get one placement. That's average. Now, in the beginning, you may not be as proficient. You may have to send a few more people than that. I'm not sure. It'll just depend. Sometimes you send 2 candidates and then they're like, oh, we love this one, and then we want to hire them. It's never the same. Okay. But traditionally, 6 to 12. Clients want options. They want options. You can't just send 2, 3 people and then that's it. They want options. They want to talk to multiple people. They want to know what's out there. They're paying us a large fee for us to find them a great person. They want to know what is available. Okay.
okay.
So for you to get to 2 to 4 placements a month, okay, how many qualified candidates are you going to need to send?
6 to 12 candidates.
But for 2 to 4 placements. That's for 1 placement. Okay. So you're talking, if you do 2 placements, somewhere between 12 to 24. If you do 3 placements, what's that? 18
to maybe 30.
Yep, to 30. To 4, 24 to 36, roughly. Okay. Now, is that a guarantee? No. This is me just giving you like a loose framework. Like, you want to make money, you want to be good at this. Do you want to be really good at being a recruiter?
Me too.
You got to know, what do I got to do to get it, right? So those are qualified candidates. Now, is every candidate you talk to going to be qualified and somebody that you send?
No.
No. Your job is to vet and screen them.
Right.
So, you know, now the goal is to source well. The better you are at sourcing, which you'll get better and better over time, but the better you are at sourcing, the more kind of sniper rifled you'll be to finding like, yep, that's somebody that would connect well with this business, right? Because you've got 2 ends of the spectrum. You've got people that are going to be underqualified, but then you have people that are overqualified, right? And then you find people who are qualified, but they may not match the attitude, the culture, the personality fit might not be there. Okay.
I get that.
As you get better and better at sourcing, it will take less calls to get a placement. Okay.
I get that.
So look, if you want to have 3 placements in a month, okay. 3 placements in a month, you're going to need 18 to 30 qualified candidates that you sent. Okay. Well, a call might take you 20 minutes plus or minus. And let's say in the beginning, it's going to take you the upper end, the 30. Okay. Well, how many people do you need to talk to in order to talk to 30 qualified ones? Well, you might need to talk to 50 or 60.
Yeah, 50 to 60 candidates a day.
Not a day. Okay, we're talking about in a month's time. What we're doing is we're saying, okay, here's the end result. What do we want you to get to? 2 to 4 placements a month. Start there. I'm going to use an example of 3. Let's take the middle. 3 placements a month. 18 to 30 qualified candidates need to be sent to probably get 3 placements. You follow me?
I get that, yes.
Okay. So 18 to 30, you might need to talk to 50 to 60 on screening calls. So those are screening calls. 50 to 60 screening calls. Okay, in a month's time, how many work days are you putting in?
Putting in 5 to 6 days a week.
5 to 6 days a week, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Okay. Whatever your calendar can allow. Okay. You want to bust this thing hard in the first 90 days because you got to overcome not knowing what to do. Okay. So let's say there's about 22, let's just call it 22 work days in the month. Now I'll tell you about recruiting. You have days off and you have days that you're working, but the phone, somebody calls in or messages you and it's like, hey, I'm ready to talk. Dude, make time, right? Make time. 100%. You're gonna convert better. So, but let's say 22 days. All right. So I've got 60 screening calls that I need to do. Let's just say we're coming up with an arbitrary workload that's like to get the result, right? So it's like, all right, how many of those do I need to do per day?
Honestly, I'm trying to hit about 15 to 20 per day.
But not call out. We're not talking about call outs. We're talking about screenings. What's a screening call? Okay, a screening call is when you and a candidate get on a call and you go, it's a full length call and you vet them. That's what a screening call is. Okay. That's a screening call. You're vetting them.
And that's where I'm really going to refer to those questions, the moving industry specific questions.
If they're a moving industry candidate, yes. Yep. So, you know, the 50 to 60 screenings you need to do in a month, when you think about that, it's like, what do you need to do every week? And what do you need to do every day? That's where you want to get this thing down to, is a science of like, what do I got to do daily? What do I got to do daily?
I get what you're saying.
You want to get to where you're talking to 4 or 5 or 6 candidates a day, screening them. That's where you want to get to. If you can get to 4 to 6 screening calls a day, which a screening call takes how long?
About 30 minutes.
20, 25, 30 minutes, plus or minus. Sometimes they're a little quicker. Okay, what is that for call time? Well, call time is going to be what? It's going to be 2 to 3, let's say 2 to 3 hours, roughly. Okay, let's say you're going to work an 8 to 10 hour day. That's not the entire day. What are you going to spend most of your day doing? What's most of the day?
Most of my day.
Not going to be screening people, because we just said 2 to 3 hours. So what's the other things of the day? Sourcing. What else? Training. Write all this down. Write all this down. You got screening calls. You got sourcing. You got training. Okay, we have to plan training. We don't just show up to the game and whatever. All right. You're also going to be having a lot of time talking with clients. You're not doing that a lot right now because you just got started. But once you get going in your deals, you're going to be talking to clients probably just as much as you're talking to candidates. Okay.
Right.
So that's really where you're going to spend your time. Screening candidates, sourcing candidates, training, and talking to clients. That's the whole gig right there. If you're doing anything other than those 4 things, you're not doing the job right. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Training, sourcing candidates, screening candidates, talking to clients.
So setting up my day, like starting off like, maybe the first 2 hours sourcing, and then maybe the next 2 hours after that, maybe screening anybody I've sourced and got a response from, and then training them from there. That's the order that you'd go in.
I didn't say that. No. So you need to work with Jasmine on building your perfect day. When you source, you want to do it in good time blocks. You cannot source effectively in 30 minutes or 45 minutes. You need, and you did say this, minimum a couple hours, minimum. Sometimes you need a 4-hour block just to like get in the zone. And then you might later that afternoon and evening call. You put them back to back to back to back to be efficient. You're not going to bounce around. Oh, I'm talking to this person, now I'm sourcing. Now I'm talking to this person, now I'm sourcing. You're going to be ineffective if you do that, because sourcing takes a massive amount of focus. Massive amount of focus. It'll take you 15 minutes to get started and 15 minutes to transition to a different type of task. So I normally do like sourcing in the mornings, though. Normally. Now, if I don't have any calls, if I don't have any screening calls, and I don't need to talk to a client because I don't have any candidates for them, what am I doing?
Sourcing.
That's right. I need to find people.
Right.
That's right. You got it. You're learning. You're picking it up. So that's the gig. That's the gig, right? Now, is there some time here and there, maybe you're looking at a job role to understand it better, to source better. Well, that's part of sourcing. That's not a separate thing. You're trying to educate yourself on a position so that way you can find the right people for it. That's part of sourcing. Training. Okay. We're going to have training every day. You also need to train on your own time.
100%.
2 forms of training. Okay. All right. Number 1 is the batting cage. What is that? Literally, this is going to sound crazy. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Batting cage is you going into, I don't care what it is. Normally it's a bathroom that's got a mirror, and you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to practice. Verbally, out loud, practice what you say on calls in the mirror. You need to look at yourself. You need to verbalize it. Don't think it in your brain. Practice it. You got to get the reps out of your mouth. Okay. That's the batting cage. You go in the bathroom, lock the damn door, look in that mirror, spend 15 minutes and verbally practice. What are you practicing? You need to practice how you intro on the phone. You need to practice how you handle objections. You need to practice how you ask certain questions in the call. You need to practice transition lines. There's something called word tracks. Okay, a word track is more or less like a piece of call script. Okay, write that down. Word track. Word track. It's a piece of call script, meaning in this part of the call, you say this. Okay, that's what a word track is. All right, so that's the batting cage. You need to do that at least 15 minutes a day. Does not matter when you do it. If you want to be great, if you want to be on my team and be great, and you want to be able to travel the world, have money, be happy, be good at what you do, be fulfilled, I'm giving you the tools. Okay, batting cage number 1. Number 2 is you need to watch film. Okay, you need to go to the film room. What does that mean? All right, I want you to look at your iPhone. You have iPhone or whatever you have. I don't. All right, open it up, and somewhere on there, you've got like in the apps that are like that come with the phone, there's something called, I think it's called voice memo.
Okay.
Find that. And then hold it up to me and tell me when you find it. Perfect. Yep. So have you ever used this before?
Not really.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody uses it. All right. It's the number 1 secret lethal weapon tool to be a savage. You're going to practice verbally. Same thing. You're going to verbally practice and train with what you need to say. You're going to record it when you do it. And then you're going to play it back to yourself. And when you play it back to yourself, you're going to have a pad of paper and you're going to study you. You don't know what you sound like until you listen to yourself. Because when you speak, and it's like me listening to myself right now, sounds different than when I listen to just myself, like on a recording. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
So we're going to go to the film room. Okay. Now, if you want to kind of like 2 birds and 1 stone, you could be in the batting cage. You could be practicing in the mirror and record some clips. And then, later that day, sit down, listen to those, take notes. What was good? What was not good? And then I'll give you another step further. You want to be in mentorship and coaching with somebody that's further than you. So what I recommend is either myself or Jasmine. Jasmine is she's your main person. She knows the business. She knows what she's doing. But I know how to help you too. You need to every now and then share. Hey, this is where I'm at right now with my intro. Can you listen to it and give me feedback? Here's where I'm at right now with blah, 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 blah. Okay. Everything, because are you meeting people in person?
I'm not meeting anybody in person, no.
You're not going to meet anybody in person. You work remote.
So
do they ever get to see you? No.
So I need to give them
unless you get on a Zoom call, but that's not, unless you're on a Zoom call, but that's not going to be often. It's mostly all on the phone.
Right.
So I'm going to teach you about communication. There's 3 parts to it. There's the words you say. All right, I want you to draw a big pie, like a circle. Okay. All right, write communication at the top of the pie. There's 3 parts of the pie. The words, it represents 7%. The actual words you say only represent 7% of total communication. Number two is tonality. Okay, tonality. Tonality represents 38%. Pretty big chunk, right? Pretty big chunk, over a third. The next one, third one, is body language. Represents 55% of all communication. So here's the point. When you are on the phone, what do you lose?
I use all of them, honestly.
What do you lose with an L? Lose.
Body language.
Mm-hmm.
Body language.
55%. They don't see you when you're talking. So then take that part of the pie out, and now you've got 38 and you've got 7. That's your new pie. So I want you to draw a new circle. Okay. New circle. And I want you to look at, I want to show you what this, now I got to turn my phone back on because I need my calculator. I'm going to show you why this is super important. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about now phone. At the top of this circle, I want you to write phone communication. I'm going to take 38 plus 7. It's 45. I shouldn't have that already. 45. Well, 45 is now the new 100. Okay. So when I look at this, 38 divided by 45 is 84. So now tonality is 84%. And the words that you say are 16%. That's the new pie. When you're on the phone, that is communication. That's the breakdown. They can't see this. They can't see my face. They can't see my hands, my shoulders, the way I hold myself. So what is everything? What is the biggest thing to be great on the phone?
My tone and the words I say.
Tone. Yeah, tonality. That's the biggest. But yes, words are important too. We don't, if you say, hey, you're Mrs. Jones, you're an asshole. If you say that, then yeah, good luck. But the tonality is everything. Right. I could say, and I'm not the example I'm about to use is not like actually, what I think, but I'm going to give you an example. If I say, Max, you're stupid. How's that feel right now?
Feels insulting.
It's an insult. It's an insult. It's an insult, right?
Right.
If I say, Max, you're stupid.
I think you're joking. I think you're like, you're being friendly.
What changed?
Your tone, your tonality.
Did the words change?
Nothing changed, just your tone. Yeah.
Now you can see me, so that's a little bit of a cheat, right? You're getting some of the body language.
But I understand. Yeah.
The example here is words didn't change. One was an insult, one was a joke. How crazy is that? One made somebody furious, one made somebody like laugh or grin or chuckle or whatever, or be sarcastic back to them. Communication, learning communication is everything in this game. You want to be a great recruiter, you got to be a great communicator. All right. So what every day do you got to work on like a savage, like somebody that's thirsty for water? Tonality.
Pages.
So I want you to write tonality on your paper. All right. We're going to put some bullet points. What makes up tonality? Throw out some things. What things go into your tonality?
Confidence.
Okay. More technical is what I'm asking for here.
Just assurance that the system, like that I know what I'm talking about. Like I've done my research to bring it to you.
More technical. I want you to talk more about the technical stuff with your speech. Not the stuff in your brain, not the mindset. I'm talking about the actual vernacular. I'll help you out. Pace.
Okay.
Pace. What is pace? It's the speed of which you talk. If I talk a mile a minute and I talk like this and I rush from one idea to the next idea and I'm really just trying to get it all out and I'm not really sure what to say, but I'm just kind of, whoa. How's that come on?
It's not being heard. You just know someone's speed reading through you.
I'm vomiting. I'm word vomiting. Here's different. Max, if I talk in a way that has impact and I use pauses to make a point, something changes within you, doesn't it? You're now listening. You're listening more to me, aren't you?
100%. I'm more engaged.
100%. What did I change? The pace. The pace is what I changed. So that's part of tonality. All right. What? Give me another one. What's another technical thing in speech?
I'd say mobility, just knowing exactly where mobility and knowing exactly where you're going with the conversation.
Okay, where does that come from? That still comes from your brain, doesn't it?
It comes from your brain.
Yeah. With your tongue,
Verbiage. Verbiage is like just using the right words to keep them engaged as well as
yeah, but that's words.
yeah.
That's words, not tonality. I'm gonna help you out. Pitch.
Pitch.
Pitch. So let's talk about pitch for a minute.
Okay.
What is pitch?
It's like a sales pitch. It's you.
No, not that pitch. Pitch with your voice. Pitch is the volume at which I'm taking my voice. If I talk a little softer and I talk a little lower in my voice versus I talk up here a little more higher, they're different. When I come down and I slow my pace down, you're listening. When I'm up here, I can put a smile on your face. I can turn you into my best friend. Right. I can create enthusiasm in you because it's in me. Pitch. Pitch is you going up and down in your voice. Okay. Pitch is going to be volume. Okay. There's two parts of pitch. There's volume, because I could talk here, but I could still talk like this. But I could talk a little louder, and now I'm trying to really drive something home, right? Volume, okay. What else with pitch? Whether I'm high or low with my vocals.
Just pace, tone.
No. I was just telling you.
Yeah.
We just said volume. The other one is high or low. Like there's a word for it. I'm blanking on it, but whether I'm talking in a deep, like a tenor, or like they say in singing or whatever, you're a tenor or whatever, something else.
Yeah.
The tenor is the higher pitch.
Higher pitch, okay.
Right. So
how do you dictate when to use that? Obviously, like you've mastered how to utilize that to your benefit. Like in what situation would you say, okay, I'm coming in a lower pitch versus a higher pitch?
Lovely question. Great question. We're gonna get to that next.
All right, cool.
Tonality. We talk about pace, pitch. What else?
Pace, pitch.
What else goes into your tone?
Tone. Volume, what is it? Volume already, pitch.
We're going back to school here, bro. We're going back to school.
I'm thinking
you're gonna learn business today. I mean, you thought you were gonna learn some technical stuff, but this is technical. This is how you become a professional.
Pitch. I'm trying to think. We already said volume. We already said pace. I'm trying to think with the verbal sense.
I'm gonna help you out again.
Thank you.
Pronunciation.
Okay. Pronunciation.
Okay. Again, these are all very technical. So pronunciation is, I could say, and here's why it's not the same as words, because I could say the word, like you and I could both say the same word, but we say it differently. Why is that? Your pronunciation and my pronunciation is different. Why? Because we grew up in different cultures. We grew up in different areas of the country, right? So if you speak and I can't tell, what the heck the word you just said, right? It's because of a pronunciation. Now, pronunciation is not right or wrong. It's based on culture and geography most of the time, right? So somebody that's in Latin America and they speak, that's normal. Like with their vernacular, their pronunciation, it's normal. So the people that live there, it's normal to them. Right. You come over here in Southwest Virginia and you're speaking, you're Latin American, you're speaking with kind of like a Latino slang, English, Spanglish, we'll call it. It's harder for somebody over here to pick it up, right? but pronunciation is important. So if you don't pronunciate well, then what's going to happen? Well, people, what'd you say? What? They don't understand. So there's some understanding there that gets lost. Okay. So these are the technical things of communication. All right. Pace, pitch, pronunciation.
Pace, pronunciation.
3 P's: pace, pitch, pronunciation. Right. That all goes into your tonality. Your tonality is 84% of your phone communication. All right. Your total communication, what's the biggest piece? Body language, 55%. But with this job as a recruiter, you don't get the benefit of that. You could be amazing with this, but if you don't have it, then what do you got to lean on?
Your tonality.
You got to lean on this guy right here, your vocal cords.
Vocal cords.
Tongue. You have to be able to master how to talk.
Understood.
That's the starting point in being successful, in my opinion, in most of anything, but definitely recruiting, especially for our company. Okay. Was that good? Was a good thing to intro on?
I'm completely same page.
Okay, cool. All right. So now we talked about like, what do I have to do to get there? Like the workload, 2 to 4 placements, a month, blah, blah, blah. We talked about communicating. We talked about training. We talked about the batting cage. What is that? Look in the mirror, go in the bathroom, practice.
Yeah.
Film. What's film?
Recording myself, making sure that I'm overhearing how I'm speaking or how I'm sounding to people.
Good. But the most important part is not just recording, it's studying.
Studying.
That's what film is. Not just recording it. That's only 10%. The benefit comes in the listening of the recording. Let's talk about, the call. Okay, the screening call. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to roll through a couple pieces here. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So I'm in the operating system under Full Cycle Recruiter. I'm under phone screen. And so we're going to talk about this framework. Okay. Screening calls, 15 to 20, sometimes up to 30 minutes. It just depends really the type of candidate. If you're talking to like a intermediate level position, like inside sales person, maybe an operations person, dispatcher, it may only be 15 to 20 minutes. If you're talking to, maybe that's a commercial salesperson or a general manager or, somebody that's just maybe a little different out of your normal wheelhouse, it could be a 30-minute call. Should you talk for somebody for an hour? Generally, no. Have I had an hour-long call? I have, but it's not exactly, the what you need. So here is a framework of kind of how your call should go. The very starting point is your intro. All right. So if I'm a candidate and let's say you're recruiting an outside sales, a moving consultant, outside sales position for a moving company in, let's say, where I live here in Roanoke, Virginia, or let's do better. Let's do Florida, where you're at. Tell me again what city you're in.
Boynton Beach.
What was it?
Boynton Beach.
Oh man, I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Delray.
Delray. Okay. Let's say I'm in Delray Beach, okay, Florida. And I'm an outside sales candidate. All right. You're calling me about an opportunity with a company that you know about, for me. So we're going to jump right into role play. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. I want you to call me and then I want you to do your intro. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. You got to ring. You got to ring the phone.
Ring.
Hello?
How you doing? This is Max calling with MoveUp Consulting. This is Winston, correct?
Yeah, it is. Who is this again?
This is Max calling with MoveUp Consulting. I saw your resume online and I was very impressed with your expertise. And I wanted to talk to you more about an opportunity that I had just open up for a moving operator.
Okay. All right. So let's pause that. We're just going to work on your intro. So first bat, Not bad. Not bad. Now, what I want you to do, okay, this is where we're going to really train. Because if you don't get the intro right, none of the other shit matters, right? When you call a candidate, do you think they know who MoveUp is?
They do not who MoveUp. They do not know.
Probably not. Some of them might, but probably not. Because there's 30, 40, 50,000 moving industry candidates in the US market. And I can guarantee you we haven't talked to every single one of them because that's a lot of people. So when you call, okay, there's really no need to say our company name. Not saying I'm not proud of the company name, but you're better to say I'm a recruiter for the moving and storage industry. I'm a recruiter for the moving and storage industry. Okay. All right. You with me? So
Yeah.
what's your here? No need to say MoveUp. And when you say our company name, MoveUp is what we all say here. Just MoveUp. Just so you know. All right. So role play again. You hear it again. Redo.
Ring.
Oh.
How you doing today? My name is Max. I'm a recruiter with the moving.
Right. Stop. Restart. You tripped up a little bit.
Yeah.
Restart.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Who is this?
This is Maxwell. I'm calling. I'm a recruiter with the moving and storage industry. And I saw your resume online, and I was very impressed. I wanted to talk to you more about an opportunity that I have.
I'm messing with you. Okay. So the very beginning, let's work on this. You said, hello, how are you doing? And then you didn't say who you were, or you didn't ask who I was. You just kind of let it sit. Probably not the best move, because what are you going to get in return? They're either going to click you, or they're going to say, who are you? It's immediately they're thinking what? They're getting a spam call.
Right.
Okay. You've got to avoid everything at all costs to not be a spam call. Okay. You're not a telemarketer. You're not poaching anybody here. All right. So, and what we're really working on, Max, is we're working on our outbound phone call that is traditionally a cold or semi-warm call. Okay. Sometimes you will have a warm call to do, but most of the time as a recruiter, it is going to be a cold or semi-warm call you're making. When I say semi-warm, we had some text message or email correspondence or direct message already, but you still haven't spoken with them before. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So what I want you to do is when you call, all right, I want you to do it like this. All right. I'm going to ring.
Ring, ring.
Or no, other way. You're the candidate. I'm the recruiter. Ring.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, this is Winston. I'm calling for Max. Is this the right number?
Max? Yeah.
Hey, Max. Hey, real quick. I'm a recruiter for the moving and storage industry. I came across your resume on ZipRecruiter and just kind of a shot in the dark here, but I've got an opportunity in Delray Beach. I was just curious, are you currently open to new opportunities?
I've been looking. I think I have a few options available, but
So we'll stop there because now we're out of the intro. Okay. So what did I do differently than what you're doing?
what you did was what I've noticed is you acknowledged you knew who I was already. You already knew my name.
All right, knew your name, right?
You
Because
knew
you're
my
going to know that. You're going to know the person. So
Exactly.
I said my name. Hey, this is Winston. I didn't say my full name because who gives two shits about my last name? This person doesn't know me from Jim and Bob. Okay.
Right.
The more words, the more likely that it's going to be click or it's going to be no thanks, right? You want to be condensed, but you want to be effective. Okay. Hey, this is Winston. Calling for Max. Is this the right number? So you see my tone. I'm like, do I have the right number? I'm calling for Max. Is this the right number? I'm not going to say your full name. I'm calling for Winston Davis. Why? Because it sounds like I'm a freaking tax collector. It's not like I got a bill for you. Don't. I call you by your first name. Okay. All right. So I want you to role play. Now you're the recruiter. I'm the candidate. All I want you to do is the very first part of the intro. Okay, first part. All right, ready?
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hello, this is Max. Move up. Is this Winston?
All right, pause, cut out move up because we don't need that.
Got it.
All right. What do you need? Hey, this is Max. I'm calling for Winston. Is this the right number? Okay, do it again.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hello, this is Max. I'm calling for Winston.
Okay. Probably want to put a little more of a pause between who you are and then, hey, this is Winston. Okay, do it again.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hello, this is Max. I'm looking for Winston.
Okay, that was better. That was better. Okay, do it again. Do it again.
Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Winston.
Hey, Winston. How are you doing today? My name is Max. I'm a recruiter with MoveUp, and I just saw your resume online, and I was very impressed. I was wondering if you were still in the job market.
Okay, so I threw you a little curveball because I told you my name when I answered. People do that. Okay, now you did a good job. You rolled with it. However, if you go straight through with everything, there's never there's a lot to get out, and so it feels like you're trying to throw a spear.
Right.
So how could you do that a little better? If I answer the phone, I say, "Hey, this is Winston," because I answer the phone that way. Like actually in real life. I said, hello, this is Winston speaking.
Hey, Winston, how's your day going?
All right, but who are you? Who the hell are you? Why are you calling me? Right?
Yeah.
Right? So what else would you try again? What would you do?
Hey, Winston, this is Maxwell. I'm a recruiter, and I just came across your resume, and I wanted to talk to you about some open opportunities that I had available.
Okay. Good. Let me give you what I would do. And I want you to study it here. Okay. So I ring you.
Ring.
Now, and you're the candidate. I'm calling you and answer and say, hey, this is Max.
Hey, this is Max.
Hey, Max. My name is Winston. I'm a recruiter for the moving industry. I just was seeing if you had a quick minute to chat here.
Yeah, I have a minute.
Okay, cool. Hey, I found your resume on LinkedIn, and I see that you've been a general manager here for the last 3 or 4 years for blah, 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 moving and storage company. I've got another company looking for a high-level GM. After reading your resume, I thought that you might be the perfect person. Are you open to new opportunities? Right. So you see how my intro, I didn't run through everything. I kind of got a little permission and then went in. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how did I do that again? You said, hey, this is Max. Hey, Max, this is Winston. I'm a recruiter for the moving industry. Just seeing if you had a quick moment to chat.
Got it. Ask for permission.
I'm just doing an opener because if I go way too much, it's too much for them.
I get
They
it. I get
don't
exactly.
know you. You've never talked to them. There's no relationship, and they feel like they're being sold something. They feel like you're shoving something down their throat. Okay, it's not normal. It's not normal, right? Pretend that you were calling someone you did know. How would you talk to them?
Very calm, cool, relaxed.
You relax, man. Hey, Max, this is Winston. Just seeing if you had a quick minute to chat. Yeah, man, what's up? Think about that. Think about that. All right. So I want you to practice. What do I do if I answer the phone and say, hey, this is Winston? All right. So you're ringing me. Hello? Or hey, this is Winston.
Hey, Winston, this is Max. I'm a recruiter with the moving industry, and I was looking over your resume and was wondering if you had some time to talk about any open opportunities that I had available.
Okay. Good job. There was a couple extra things in there that you could probably cut down a little bit to make it a little more brief. All right. The other thing is you got to work on your pronunciation on the word recruiter.
Recruiter.
Because coming off to my ear, it was kind of hard to tell what you said.
Okay.
Okay. Say the word recruiter again.
Recruiter.
Okay. Write that down. You need to work on that. You need to listen to yourself say that word.
Recruiter. Recruiter.
Okay. Work on that pronunciation. Because here's what's going to happen. Somebody is going to be like, what? What are you? Who are you? Like, they're not going to get it. Okay. Work on making that clear. How can you be a little more clear? Slow it down a little bit. Hey, Winston, this is Max. I'm a recruiter for the moving industry. I was just seeing if you had a quick minute to chat.
Simple. Yeah, I have a minute.
Yeah. I'm not saying, hey, I found your resume and blah, blah, blah. Hold that for the next little spiel.
Got it.
Just get through your intro. So do that part. All right. You ringing me. Hey, this is Winston.
Hey, Winston. My name is Max. I'm a recruiter with the moving industry. And I was wondering if you had a quick minute to chat about any open opportunities.
That's good. That's good. Now, what you need to work on, and it's going to come with more practice, is you want to get rid of those verbal ums, the verbal pauses. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. If you're going to pause rather than why do we do a verbal It's because we're trying to find what to say. Okay. You got to get trained so well, you don't have any of that, right? Hey, Max, this is Winston. I'm a recruiter for the moving industry. Just curious if you had a moment to chat real quick about future opportunities.
Hey, Winston. This is Max. I'm a recruiter with the move. I'm sorry, I said
Again, you're good. Start over.
Hey, Winston. This is Max. I'm a recruiter with the moving industry, and I was wondering if you had a few moments to talk about some future opportunities that I have available.
Okay, good. And just keep practicing. This is where we're not, gonna just keep sitting on this, but this is where the batting cage and film. Okay, batting cage, film room. If I train with you in a week and it's not gotten better, I know that you didn't do your training. I'm gonna know.
Trust me, I will. I will be doing it. I'm doing it today.
So the intro is everything. If you don't have a good intro, nobody's going to talk to you. You got to be sharp as hell. You got to be ready to go. All right. Before you start making calls, you ought to practice on yourself before you practice on the leads. Don't burn up through 20 people practicing. Right.
Got you. Yeah, it makes sense.
So talk about the intro. All right. Now, if it's warm, it's a lot easier. If it's a warm lead, and that's easy, man. It's like, hey, Josh, this is Winston over at MoveUp. I'm the recruiter for the moving industry. Giving you a call here at our scheduled 2:00 time. Right. Easy. Anybody can do that. Right.
Right.
Hard shit is when they don't know you're calling. That's what's hard. Let's role play again. I'm going to throw you a curveball. I want to see what you do. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
All right, ring me.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Winston. This is Max, a recruiter with the moving industry. I was wondering if you had a minute to talk.
Who are you?
My name is Max. I am a recruiter with the moving industry. I just came across your resume, and I was hoping you had a few minutes to talk about future opportunities.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm at work right now. I'm kind of busy. Can you call me back later?
That's no problem. So I just wanted to verify your email just to make sure that I have the correct contact information so I can send you more description.
Hey man, I gotta go. I'm at work. My boss is right over my shoulder. I gotta go, man.
What's a good number for me to call you back on, and what's a better time for me to call you back?
Hey, click. All right. So I wanted to put you in that situation. You did all right, but now we're gonna train and practice around it.
Okay.
You're gonna call people, and sometimes they're not gonna be. It's a bad time, right? You tell me, is a candidate going to be really apt to talk to you about a new job when they're at their current job?
No, not at all.
Most people feel a little funny about that. Like that's a normal thing. That's normal. Okay. It's not, it's weird when somebody is like, yeah, I'm just at work. Yeah, I can just sit here and talk openly about, yeah, this company, I'm done with them. Right. That's not normal. So you gotta be trained. You see the take-home point in today?
I totally get it. I understand.
You gotta be a freaking killer, dude. You gotta be dialed. You gotta know exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it every single time.
Right.
I get fired up about it because I know that you can do it.
Yeah, I'm positive I can do it.
You're going to have to put in a massive amount of work. I will help you though. I will help you. So look, when they answer, and I made you repeat yourself, right? That's common. Practice that. You did a good job on it. You did a good job basically giving a little bit more of who you were. Perfect. That's exactly how I would train it. Do that again. Okay. Hey, this is Winston, or I say, hey, hello, hey, Winston, this is Max. I'm a recruiter for the moving industry. Just seeing if you had a minute to talk about some future opportunities. Wait, who are you? Yeah, this is Max. Right. What's the tip here? When they ask again who you are or who you're with, slow it down. That's the number one. Write that down. Write that down. When they ask who you are or where you're from again, number one is slow that pace down again. Because what happened the first time? They didn't understand you. So first is you need to do it again, but say it just a touch slower. So pace. Remember, bring that pace down. Yeah, my name's Winston. I'm a recruiter for the moving and storage industry. I found your info on LinkedIn. Just wanted to chat with you for a few minutes about an opportunity I got in your backyard. You got a minute?
Yeah, sounds
See,
good. Slow that
now
down.
you see, write that little word, write that look, an opportunity in your backyard. Write that down. That's a little pro tip. Put that one to the side. That's a little word track. I like using that. Why? Because it tells them I got something right there, local to them. Right. Right. Okay. So if they ask, who are you again? Blah, 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 slow it down a little bit and then give them just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Don't say the exact same thing over because that's kind of weird. It sounds like you're a robot.
Right.
Right. Okay. Good there. All right. I'm going to put you in this scenario again. I'm going to say, wait, what? Who are you? Okay. I want you to just do that part. All right. You ready? Hello?
Hello, my name is Max. I'm a recruiter with the moving and storage industry. This is Winston, correct?
Yeah. Who are you with again?
My name is Max. I'm a recruiter with the moving and storage industry, and I just came across your resume, and I think I have an opportunity that would be very beneficial to your career.
Oh, okay. Cool, man. I'm at work right now. So I probably shouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff here while I'm working. But can you call me back later?
That's no problem. I do have an opportunity card for you to look over. I would love to send that to you for you to verify, just to go over the description. Can you just verify your email with me, and I can give you a call back at what time works best for you?
All right. So now let's work on that part. The part where they basically say, hey, I'm busy, I'm at work, blah, 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 blah. Call me later. All right. If somebody ever says call me later, what are they really telling you?
They're too busy for you.
Um, yes and no. There's an element of that. Part of it is they do have interest, but they just can't at the moment.
Right.
It's them saying, yeah, I'm interested. Yes, I acknowledge what you're calling me about, but I cannot focus on it right now. Can you call me back later? You follow me?
I follow you, yes.
So when they say, hey, can you call me back later? What is that? What should that tee off in your brain?
I need to get some type
They're
of
interested.
yeah.
So if you called them, all right, and they answered, that's a good sign. It means that like whatever phone number is, like that worked, right?
Yeah.
Now, could that be a work phone? It could be. Could it be their personal cell phone? I hope so, right? With our sourcing, platforms, a lot of times you are getting a cell phone, so that is good. All right. So when they say, hey, can you call me back later? For whatever reason, doesn't matter. So I want you to write down. If they say, call me back later, okay? If call me back later. Let's bullet point and brainstorm all the things that we could do. You already did a couple. You tried to verify an email. Okay. You tried to verify phone. I heard you do that. What else can we do? What time we could ask, hey, what time today?
Then range of time for a call back. What time works best?
Yep. So we could schedule.
Rescheduled times.
Yep. Schedule that follow-up. Yep. What else could we do?
I could just go as far as verify email, phone number, follow up. Kind of stuck on that one. What else could I do on that one?
I'll give you another idea.
Okay.
You can say, okay, no problem. Is it cool if we just text for the next couple hours and then we can communicate a little bit and get a time scheduled that does work for you? Is that okay? Right. So you could, what I would call that is just defaulting to text. Okay. Because if I'm at my current job, it's probably it might be hard for me to be sitting here talking to you about a new job, but I probably could text back and forth through the day a little bit.
Right.
And how many text messages are you really going to need? 2, 3, or 4 back and forth. I mean, that's it.
Makes sense.
So, so really what I'm doing is just moving the conversation into the text messages. That's all I'm really doing. Right. So that's an option. You can try. All right. Here's my feedback on the verifying email. I would not start there. Now, I know why you want that, because you want it so you can send them the opportunity card. But what if you don't have a specific opportunity for them? What if you're just calling a candidate because you want to build, because that is part of the job as a recruiter. You want to be talking to moving industry talent every day, whether you got a placement right now for them or not. If you don't have anything in front of you, like a placement, you need to be talking to moving industry people, because you can do something called reverse recruiting. Write that down. Reverse recruiting. Here's what that is. You find the candidate first, and then you go find the company who wants to hire them. All right. So let me come back around. Verifying email when somebody says, hey, I can't talk right now, call me back later, is going to be tough, because you have a very short window at that point to do what you need to do before that phone call ends. Okay. Verifying an email normally is a little lengthy, right? So what I would suggest you're going to be more successful with is either schedule the follow-up time to call back or default to texting.
Right. That. Verify.
And I'll tell you the best way is to kind of do a combination of both. Okay. So what I would do is say, if you say, hey, can you call me back later? Hey, man, yeah, no problem. I can do that. What's a good time today to give you a call back? What time are you thinking? Notice I said today. Today. Not, I didn't leave it open-ended, because if I leave it open-ended, this weekend.
Leave that expectation open.
Right. Hey, what time today can I give you a call back? Do you have, if I'm calling them in the morning, say, hey, do you have a time at lunch? Is there a time at lunch that I could give you a call? Now I'm suggesting a time. Hey, is there a time? What time do you get off of work? 5? I can call you at 5:30 if that's okay. That's the way you want to do it. Okay. What time today? Make some suggestions. Okay. Write that down. And once they say, yeah, call me at lunch. I should be taking my lunch about 12:30. Okay, perfect. I give you a call back at 12:30. We won't be long, 10 or 15 minutes. Is it cool if I text you on this number and verify your email so I can send you some information about what I want to share about? Yeah, that's cool. Awesome, cool. I'll just text you for the rest of the morning, and then we'll talk at 12:30. All right, thanks, Max.
Perfect. I got that.
Way faster for them to type out their email and verify it to you than you getting it over the phone a lot of times. Now, does that mean that you can't verify an email over the phone? No. We're talking about in this particular situation when they're like, hey, I'm at work. I probably can't talk right now. Call me back later. Right. You follow me?
Yeah, I'm following you 100%.
All right. We're doing good. So if they say, call me back later, number 1, follow up. Today, what's the bullet points there? Today, suggest times, okay? Lunchtime or after work or whatever. If you're calling them at this time at 2 p.m. Eastern, hey, no problem. Can I call you back at about 4:30, 5 o'clock? Would that work for you? Well, no, don't call at that time. I'm still gonna be working. Call me about 5:30. Okay, perfect. I'll call you 5:30. Okay. Is it cool if I text this number and send you some information in the meantime? Yeah, that's cool.
Perfect. Suggest.
So normally that one, you're gonna do like a 1-2 punch. Make sure you got a time to get back on the phone. Okay. Because here's why we gotta be on the phone. I can't just text somebody about a whole job opportunity. I can't just email them about an entire job opportunity, because then I'm not doing my client a service. Me as a recruiter on the phone is the promoter, and I'm the one encouraging, the person to look at the opportunity.
Right.
I sell the opportunity. I want you to write that down. Selling the opportunity. Okay. Selling the opportunity is a skill set. And then I want you to put an asterisk beside that. If you can be great at that line right there, you're going to do amazing. Okay.
I agree.
Selling the opportunity. You're a promoter. You're a billboard for this client. That's why they pay us. That's why you get a commission, because you're representing them. You're putting everything that you have into this. You believe in that company, right?
100%.
Right. So, how we doing?
Doing great. I'm fully engaged.
All right. Cool. All right. Selling the opportunity is a skill set. All right. We notated that. We want to get back on the phone. If they can't talk right now, hey, totally understand. Like, I'm not gonna I don't need to talk to them right then and there in that moment. Now, if I follow up later in the day when they said to call them and they don't, they blow me off again, if they blow me off 2 or 3 times, be like, hey, totally understand. Sounds like you're a busy person. Why don't we just go ahead and talk for 10 or 15 minutes and see if this is a good fit? Hey, can you just step out for a couple minutes?
They say stop.
Huh?
You're really pushing the envelope until they say stop.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? And even if so, let's go through it. The next thing we're gonna role play and practice is, what if they say, I'm not interested? Or what's another version of that? No thanks. What's another version? I already have, finish the line.
Job.
I already have a job. All 3 of those objections are what?
Rebuttals.
Well, no, they're objections. We haven't got rebuttals yet. Yeah. They're all the same thing.
Yeah.
They're all the same thing, bro. I'm not interested. No thanks. That's literally the exact same thing. I already have a job. Same thing, but said in a different way. Okay. So if they say anything like that, again, you got to be trained to know what to say. You got to just be like, bam, knock that shit down. Be ready for it. Okay. So we're going to role play it. I want to see what you organically do, and then we'll train through it just like we've been doing.
Sounds good.
All right. Hold on. Let me get a sip of water. All right. Just start from the top of the call. Hello.
Hey, this is Max. I'm a recruiter with the moving and storage industry. Is this Winston?
Yeah. What's going on, man?
How you doing? Yeah, I was looking over your resume and I saw a couple opportunities that are sitting right there in your backyard that I think would be perfect for you. Did you have a few minutes to talk about some opportunities?
I'm actually already have a job. I'm okay right now. Thanks, man.
That's totally fine. Just wanted to go ahead and just throw some options your way, just in case anything was to ever happen. We are the leading recruitment agency for moving and storage, so I will always have opportunities available. May I have? Is this a good number to text you? Any future opportunities we may have?
Okay, time out. That's all right. Right. So how did you feel going through that?
I mean, I felt a little tense, but I mean, just because he said no, but I mean, just like, like I'm like, exactly what you said, like until they say stop or hang up, like I'm not really here to stop.
Let me work with you on what you can do in that situation. So if they say I already have a job, okay, again, what is that? It's an objection.
Right.
Okay. You're basically kind of offering something, more or less. You're bringing something to the table. And so they're like, I'm good. I already have a job. I'm cool, man. What you want to do is you don't want to give up, because when you say, hey, no problem, like, there's always, let me know if you change your mind, or we're the number one recruiter in the industry. Just so, save my number. All of that is giving up.
Okay.
That's you laying your sword down. You just gave up. That shit's easy to say. Don't say that right after. You don't want to do that, right? If
Right.
this person is somebody you source and they're qualified on paper, when we say on paper, that means on their resume. Okay. They're qualified on paper. That means that I want to present what I've got. I want to get this opportunity in front of as many qualified candidates as humanly possible. If I show this thing to 2 people, you think I'm going to get somebody hired? Fuck no. 2? I'd be lucky. I need to show it to as many people as possible. Right? So
Right.
say that if they say I already got a job, hey, totally understand. Are you looking for a better job right now? Because I've got one. All right, that's one way. That's one thing you could say, right? Totally understand. Are you looking for a better, and rather than job, let's replace that with career or opportunity, right?
Better.
Job is a low level word. We want to use opportunity. Totally understand. Let me ask you this. Are you looking for a better opportunity though?
Yes.
All right. Now do the other way. What if you say, nah, I like where I'm at. Say that.
No, I like where I'm at. I'm okay. Thank you.
All right. All right. Well, I'm going to feel really bad if you pass up on what I've got sitting in front of me. I've got a company right there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They're a super strong company, and they're looking for somebody with blank, blank, blank experience. You sure you don't want to at least take a look at it? There's nothing wrong with just shopping around. Wouldn't you agree?
Cool. Yeah, that got
I'm
me.
not taking a L, bro. I'm
Wow.
not going to lose. I'm stronger than them.
100%.
You're not going to tell me no. No effing way. The only way they're going to tell me no is if they hang up.
All right, cool.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through again. I'm going to give you, there are a lot of right answers in this. Okay. Meaning there's a lot of word tracks that you could say that would work. The biggest thing is do not give up. Don't give up. What does giving up look like? Okay, just call us back if something changes. Is this your best number to reach you if we have something else? Blah, 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 blah. Bland. Don't do that. If you do that, I'm going to be like, dude, I'm going to come kick you in the freaking nutsack. Get your freaking self on the phone and be ready to go. Like, you got to be on. All right. Do not lose. Do not put your sword down. All right. So
Never.
you're the candidate. I'm going to be the recruiter again. I intro, blah, blah, blah. And then you tell me I've already got a
I'm
job.
not interested today. Thank you so much. I already have a job.
Oh, totally understand, man. Let me ask you just real quick before we go. Are you looking for a better opportunity?
I'm pretty happy at my job.
Okay. Well, it'd be a shame if you didn't take a look at what we have. I mean, there's nothing wrong with shopping, and I mean, heck, what if this company is willing to pay you more for the same amount of work? I mean, is that worth taking 5 or 10 minutes to look at it?
That's interesting. I mean, what do you have?
Yeah, well, I've got a moving consultant position, and I've got the whole comp plan, all the details. I've got it in a Google Doc. I can share it with you. What I can do is I can text with you a little bit because I know you're at work right now. and get your email. I'll send it over to you. And then what's a time later this evening that we can talk to go over everything and just see if you have some questions?
Well, let me look at the Google Doc first, and then if you're texting me, I'll go ahead and I'll text you back.
Okay, totally understand. I'll go ahead and send that over, and then I'll give you a phone call either sometime today or tomorrow just to get some feedback from you. Sound good?
Yeah, 5, 6 o'clock would be good if you're gonna call back.
Right. So if they say I'm not interested, I've already got a job. Now, if they say I'm not interested, right? I might use a little different verbiage there. You say I'm not interested. Totally understand. Are you working somewhere currently, or are you not working? What are you gonna say?
I'm
What do
not
you
working. I'm not working. I'm just not interested in the moving industry.
Well, most people that we call are gonna have a job. Just clarify. Most people are currently working.
Okay.
Right? So let's redo, because I want to give you like what's going to happen the most, and then I'll give you an example with somebody that isn't working. So are
Yeah,
you
I just have a
working,
job
or are
currently.
you not working right now?
Yeah, I have a job currently.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you this. Are you looking for a better opportunity? Because I've got some stuff that's sitting in front of me that, I'll be honest, I mean, it's top 10% of what I see come across my desk. Now, here's a question. Are you interested in working in the moving and storage industry, first and foremost, if the offer is right?
If the offer is right, yes.
Okay. Well, here's what we need to do next, Max. I know you're probably busy. I called you out of the blue here. What's a good time today that we can budget about 15 minutes just to go over everything? I can cover everything with the comp plan, the benefits, the perks, the job description, the company, all that stuff. What time can we talk for 15 minutes today?
On my way home around 5:45.
Okay, perfect. So if I call about 6 p.m., you'll be
Sounds
settled
good.
there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right. So you see where, like, when you make that first point of outreach, it's not a scheduled appointment. It's not a scheduled appointment. Now, let me back up for a minute. If they can talk right then and there, talk then. Okay.
Right.
So let's role play again. All right. You say, "Oh, no thanks." Start there. Okay, totally understand. Are you currently working, or are you looking for a job right now?
Look, I'm currently working.
Okay, great, great. Well, if I had an opportunity that was greater and better, would you at least be interested to take a look at it if I had some information?
I'd be open to looking over it.
You open? Okay. Really just kind of looking for 10 or 15 minutes to go over everything. Is now a good time to talk, or do you want to schedule something later today?
Yeah, let's talk now. What do you have?
Okay, great. Well, I've got a position that's right in your backyard. I know you're in Delray Beach. Is that correct? You still there? Okay, great. So I've got a company called XYZ Moving and Storage. Have you heard of them before?
I have not.
You haven't? Oh man, they're pretty big. They do a lot of business. Yeah. Well, very good. I'm excited then. I'm really excited because if you don't know about them, you will, because these guys are taking over the market down there in Delray. So they're looking for a move coordinator. And right now they're looking for somebody to start within the next 2 to 4 weeks. They have an extremely competitive comp plan. I'll go through all those numbers, and I'll also send them to you after the fact so you can kind of mull over some things and be able to see all the numbers. Okay.
Okay.
What is not going well for you at your current job?
I feel like I'm pretty stagnant. Like there's no room to move up.
Hmm. So it sounds like they've kind of got a ceiling on you, and there's not a lot of growth opportunities.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. What about the leadership? Tell me about the leaders there at the company. Are they really strong, or are they kind of just like micromanagers?
The leaders here are ancient. They would know talent if it came across their desk.
Yeah. Yeah. So it sounds like you're like a hidden gem there, but you're just like not in the right environment. Is that right?
That's what I'm feeling like, yes.
Yeah. Well, man, this is what I've learned a long time ago is man, if you don't change, then nothing changes. So the company that we're looking at here, ABC Moving and Storage, they're looking for somebody that is looking for growth opportunities. They don't want to just hire a move coordinator. They would like to hire somebody that's going to be their call center supervisor. And so that's going to be a much higher level position. The growth in that income and personal development wise is going to be just 10x of what a regular move coordinator would be starting at. And out after that, you're going to be able to have opportunities to move into either outside sales or upper leadership. This company has 592 5-star Google reviews. They're rated 4.9 on Yelp, Google, and Better Business Bureau. They've got 12 straight trucks. They have 2 tractor trailers. They do 22% interstate, 65% local, and then they do a little bit of commercial. Okay. Again, they're looking for somebody to start in the next 2 to 4 weeks. If this is something that aligns with your goals, are you ready to make a change in the next few weeks?
I would love to see more about the job description. Everything you're saying sounds very entertaining, but I definitely want to kind of read up more on the job. So is there a way you can send me some information on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got some time now, so I'll go over, and then I'll also send you all the hard copy information. So ABC Moving and Storage is going to be offering a move coordinator full time, by the way, 70% employer paid health insurance. They've got a simple IRA. They also have a $500 a year personal development fund for every single person that works at their company, and they do unlimited PTO. And you did hear me right, unlimited PTO. And the reason they do that is because they care about work-life balance, and they want their people to thrive, not just be workers. That already makes me want to work there.
Yeah, so, exactly.
The comp plan looks like this. So it's a base plus incentive program. Okay. So you as a move coordinator are going to be rewarded based on your booking rate. Okay. Your booking rate to be able to get appointments set for their moving consultants. All right. The other thing that they really, really want to make sure that, their move coordinators do great is they want to make sure that you get every call. Okay. Because if in the industry, if we miss the call, then we a lot of times miss the opportunity. Right.
Right.
So the move coordinators get paid anywhere from 22 to 25 an hour. And then there's an incentive program based on your booking rate. If your booking rate is at 37% or greater, you have an opportunity to earn another $500 to $1,500 a month. Okay. Now, I'm not the one that decides that comp plan. Ultimately, you have to interview, prove yourself in that hiring process, and then get the offer and go from there. Okay. But I can get you in front of them. Is this something that you would like to talk to their company leaders about and pursue?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm going to send you that packet of information because I want you to really dissect and look at this. You and I are going to be on a text basis, okay? Text or call anytime. I am your personal recruiter. I am going to be the one working one-on-one with you, whether it's this company or a different company. I'm going to help find you a growth opportunity because if you stay where you're at, what's going to change?
Nothing at all.
You already said that they're limiting your growth and the leaders there are really not leaders. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. So
what I'm going to do is I am going to send this packet over to you. I want you to go through it, but I'm going to go ahead and get you set up for a phone interview with Charlotte. She's the HR manager. That's the first step in the process with them. What's your availability for an interview today, tomorrow, and the next day?
Maybe tomorrow around 1.
Okay. Let's try to get about 3 or 4 options because I'm going to get with Charlotte and see when she's available. So tomorrow afternoon, what about later this evening, like early evening, 4 to 6 p.m.? Would you be available if she gave you a call then?
I'm not available till about 6. Would she be available then?
Okay. I just want to get a bunch of options. So 6 p.m. this evening, tomorrow afternoon. What about tomorrow morning? What time do you start work?
I start work at 10, so it'd be anywhere before 9.
Somewhere between like 8:30 and 10. 8:30 to 9:30.
8:30 and 9:30.
And then what about on Thursday? What about Thursday? Morning or afternoon or evening?
Thursday, same thing. Would have to be in the morning before work.
Morning before work. Okay. Okay. Great. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a Charlotte, see when she's available, and then I'm going to go ahead and coordinate for you all. Okay. She will call you. I'll let you know what the day and time is for your interview. All right. It's going to be a phone interview. Again, you're going to talk with Charlotte. She's the HR manager. The rest of the hiring process is going to look like this. They're going to want to do a Zoom interview with a panel of their leaders. Okay, it'll be Charlotte, it'll be the general manager, and it'll also be the call center supervisor. Okay. After that, you're going to have a one-on-one with the owner. Okay. After that, they'll decide if they want to give you an offer. Does that all make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Okay, perfect. So that's what you can expect. Again, I'm your personal recruiter. I am the one that I'm going to help you get the biggest offer we can get you. So I'm on your side. I'm in your pocket. My goal is to get you as much money as possible and help you find a great culture and a great environment. Okay. So Max, I'm pumped for you, man. I'm pumped. You're going to land this job. You're going to crush it on that interview. Look out for my text. Okay. I'm going to send you a text here sometime in the next couple hours. And make sure you save my number in your phone. Again, my name's Winston Davis. I'm a recruiter with a company called MoveUp. We exclusively work in the moving and storage industry. And I just want to tell you, man, I think you're an awesome person. I know that you're going to do well. I really do.
And great. Thank you.
That's how the calls need to go.
Yeah, you were very personable with that one. It just seems like you were very much on their side. Like, I mean, I totally understand. I totally understand the direction you put that whole conversation. You directed that whole conversation from start to finish. Changed his mind from a no to a yes, seems like.
Right. So there was a lot we just did there, but I wanted to get to that. I wanted to give you a whole thing. So will every call go like that? Not necessarily, but that is kind of what, a call can sound like. So, I don't have to have sent them the opportunity card to go over the opportunity. If they're ready to talk right here and now, I've got the shit sitting in front of me. I can talk about it. Right?
Right.
What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get them coordinated for an interview. I'm trying to get as many qualified people booked with my client. The more I book, the more likely I'm going to get what?
Commission.
A placement, a commission. That's right. So if I get way in the nitty gritty and I think about it too hard, I'm going to end up doing nothing. Right? Paralysis by overanalysis.
Got it. I got him right there.
Right. Yeah. Don't overthink this thing. You don't need to be so black and white. There's a lot of gray. There's a ton of gray with hiring and recruiting. You're not the company. You don't know like what they think of this person yet. So long as they check a lot of the main boxes, book them, pass them on. And then if it's like, hey, this was totally not a good person, take the feedback, adjust, and now you know what not to look for.
Right.
When you source. Okay.
100%.
Is this helping? Are you learning?
I definitely feel like a little bit more like I feel like just hearing you role play it definitely makes me feel like okay, like that filmmaking, that batting cages is definitely gonna help me improve my pace, how I handle any objections, and how I just kind of control the conversation. I think a few of my conversations that when I did get somebody on the phone earlier, they would say they would have some objections, and I would immediately, what you would call falling on the sword, saying, okay, well, I want to go ahead and I want to stay in contact somehow, but you kind of gave me a different avenue to take by, insisting that we at least get the opportunity card your way or talk more about the discussion or just be a little bit more personable to find out what they feel about their current position.
That's
So
right. Yeah.
I definitely feel a bit more engaged.
Well, and here's the belief you got to get a belief system inside of you about working at MoveUp. This is the belief you got to have. We have thousands of connections and we've got an opportunity for every single candidate, no matter what city they're in, no matter what position they're holding, no matter what compensation they're looking for. We have something for everyone. So then is there ever a time that a moving industry candidate does not benefit talking to you?
Not at all.
Never. There's never a reason to be like, all right, well, just text me if something changes. No, I always can find you something. And even if I don't have something right now, I can go find you something.
Okay.
That's what you do. That's what you do as a recruiter. If you find a great person and let's say they're happy where they're at, they're doing pretty well. It's like, okay, I totally understand. If I was able to find you something that was a 10, 15, 20, 30% increase in your income and it was just as good of an environment or better, would you look at it?
100%.
Damn right they better be looking at it. And if they tell me no, I'm gonna be like, the
Like
hell is
money.
wrong with you? Don't you have a family to provide for? Wouldn't you want more? Let me help you. Let me show you what you can do. And then I'll even sometimes do another angle. If they're totally set, like, no, I'm good where I'm at, say, hey, I totally get it. Let me just throw you a point of view. By going and looking at some other opportunities, even interviewing at some other places and seeing what they might offer you, it's going to let you know what you're worth in the marketplace, and then it's going to help you in your performance reviews when you talk to your current company, because now you're going to have the ammo and the firepower to actually know what your salary and comp plan should look like and your benefits package should look like. Wouldn't you want that?
Yeah.
You see how the value you can bring is endless, absolutely endless.
Sparking motivation within them, or sparking motivation like in like the role, or just kind of have like I understand what you're saying, like just having like a belief system for move up, just knowing that, hey, listen, like there's nothing that I can't offer you. So just keep an open mind whenever we get in contact so I can show you these opportunities. It doesn't matter that you might be making 50,000 here. If I can get you 60, take that time to look over what I have available for you.
That's right. So, and the other things I want to point, I know we're pretty much out of time here, so we're gonna have to be short the last couple minutes, but there's some really important I did on my role play.
Okay.
I hit some emotional stuff, some deeper stuff, right? I dug deeper on them not having enough growth opportunities. Dug deep on, you remember me saying like, hey, so I reiterated back to them. So you feel kind of like you have a ceiling on you and there's really not many growth opportunities. Is that right?
Right.
Right.
Just make sure you're listening to what I'm saying.
That's right. I'm kind of giving them back, making sure I'm hearing probably. I don't want to put words in their mouth. I also asked, what's the leadership like? Are the leaders real quality leaders? Or are they more kind of micromanaging you? What do people hate? People hate an effing micromanager.
Yeah.
People absolutely can't stand it. So I use that all the time. I use that so many calls because people resonate with it. It hits a little bit of a heartstring. It's a nerve. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta get kind of in their heart, in their soul, in their brain when you're talking with them. You can't just be like, are you looking for something or not looking for something? You got to go deeper. You got to be like, hey, do you think you're getting paid what you're worth? No, I don't. Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
Right. And I think that'll benefit me, like writing down these big questions as far as just like, do you feel like you're getting paid what you're worth? What's the leadership like? So I mean, me practicing, like just writing maybe 5 down a day.
Yeah.
Or those.
And you don't even need a dozen, a few in your
Golden.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
So that leader one is big. What people really get kind of teed off about is not enough growth opportunities, bad leadership. Okay, which bad leadership could also be bad management. If they have somebody that's like a bad boss, they freaking look over their shoulder every other day, the environment, like their coworkers and the work environment. If that's toxic, that is a nerve, a bad nerve for people. Okay. A poor benefits package. So there could be a decent comp plan, but if there's just no like it's not just money, it's all these other things too. And there's literally a laundry list I'm going to give you of like 50 of these things. Do they do childcare assistance? Do they do college tuition assistance? Do they do any type of gas reimbursement, phone reimburse, like cell phone reimbursement? Do they do, what healthcare options do they have for benefits? What retirement options do they have? Right? What do they do for professional development? 95% of all companies do nothing for their people for professional development. They don't train. They train you when you first get hired, and then they never train you again. Call that shit out, and people will be like, damn, that's how it is at my company. And be like, I know. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to get you out of there. I'm here to break the freaking bars off that prison you're in.
100%.
You keep talking to people like that, dude, people are going to love you.
Love me. I hear that. You got me motivated. You got me thinking there's better options out there. So I mean, I just all about your tone, the way you're speaking to me, and the way you're just hitting these notes. Just, yeah, you're it's a good energy. So I definitely need to like, I'm taking a lot from this, 100%.
Yeah. So here's the last thing I'll say: being a recruiter is nothing like being in a customer service role.
Understood.
It's everything like being in a sales role.
Got it.
You're a salesman. You work for me. You're a salesman. You just so happen to do recruiting. Follow me?
I get you. Yeah, 100%.
So we're going to stop there today. I've got Zoom is recording. So I'm going to have Jasmine download this, and she's going to put it in something to where you could go rewatch this later. Okay. So if there were like any little word tracks, or you want to go back through that full role play, even I am still not great. I am not a great recruiter. I'm good, but I'm not great. I'm still learning. So if I'm good, where we got to get you, right? It's like there's a lot of growing here, a lot of growing, a lot of learning, a lot of practice. So batting cage, film, daily. What else is daily for work day? The huddles. Yeah.
Just my rebuttals also as well, like getting those like down pat.
Well, the role play. So when you get on huddles, Jasmine's going to lead those, and you guys are going to work on role playing. Okay. I want you to bring stuff, be like, hey, can we role play XYZ? I want to work on when somebody says they already have a job. Can we work on that?
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll do that
See where
tomorrow.
I'm headed with that? Okay. So role playing on the huddles. All right. That's Tuesday through Friday. Okay. All right. You're going to get in the batting cage. All right. You're going to get in the film room. That's what I expect. Then the question is, what are you going to choose to do above and beyond?
Oh man, I mean, just all these notes.
You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it out loud.
I hate you saying though.
I am going to help you become an assassin in this business.
I'm here for it. It's got to work for me. So, I mean, I'm here 100%.
You can do it. You can do it. You've got charisma. I watched you. That's why I said, dude, you're hired at that wedding. I was watching you. I watched how you interact with people. Go up and introduce yourself. You got all the shit that most of the time it takes 10 years for somebody to figure out.
Thank you.
We've got a base. Now we got to build. Okay.
I'm here. I'm ready.
You're going to get trained harder than you ever have. I'm going to drill shit in your brain, and you're going to be like, fuck, I am tired of practicing this. I don't care. I don't care until you can do this in the middle of the night. If I wake you up and say, Max, wake up, 3 a.m. I already have a job. What do you say? Right? And if you can't just boom, roll it out, right? That's where we got to get to. What's your birthday?
November 6th.
Okay. What city were you born in?
No, New York.
Okay. What's your mom's first name?
Marine.
Okay. You got to learn this phone call the same way you know all that.
Oh, I'm here. I'm ready.
Did you say, did you have to think about those things? Did you have to go like digging around for notes?
Because it's installed in me already. I already knew it. I've been known it. I got it.
That's cool.
Cool. Man, I appreciate
Excited?
Winston so much, man. This is definitely giving me a little bit of confidence and more. So a lot more than I was receiving with Jasmine. Jasmine's been amazing, but this is what I needed to honestly kind of like open that door for how I'm communicating with these candidates. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you hopping on the phone with me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll do it again. I'll make more time with you. Jasmine's gonna keep, she's doing a lot of that technical training, and then I'll keep supplementing, as much as I can. And you got to throw yourself in there. You got to throw yourself in, get the reps, get the practice, and we're on the right track, man. We're doing quite well. So proud of you. I know that you're meant to be here. You're meant to be on this team, and there's a big calling on your heart. You're going to help a lot of people. We do great work. What we do is so important because we're freeing people out of bad situations. People are working for companies who don't treat them well, that abuse them, but they don't realize they're being abused. We get them with companies that are growth minded and that protect and serve them. That's what we do. A big thing.
I'm excited. I'm
Feels
excited. Yeah, love it.
So, all right, I'm off my soapbox. I will let you go. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll talk soon. All right.
I have a call with Jasmine in an hour, so I'm perfectly ready for that now. Thank you.
All right. See you, man. Bye.